There it is, the awesome Too Old, Too Furious poster.
It's so genius. Yeah. It's so genius.
And you probably can't read it here on the stream very well, but I mean, for those of you who grew up in this era of EGM magazines and stuff like this looks exactly like one of their ads from the days. I mean, it's so perfect. Ridiculously spot on.
Even the font type, everything.
Yeah, when they put out that this poster, like at first I didn't realize it was like I thought it was just an advertisement. Or
that
something.
happened to me too. So I saw it on a NeoGAF post, and I just went by it. I was, somebody has a poster from olden days.
Yeah, like scanned an old advertisement from EGM or whatever.
Yeah,
like that.
And then I saw a bunch of people replying to it like, whoa, and I'll pay attention to it. But it's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So good stuff to whoever it was that created that.
I would like to know so that I can give them props, but I don't.
That's massive genius right there. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we have some time, so we asked people to send us questions at UltraChenTV.
Gotcha. And we do have some questions.
We do indeed have some questions. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Let us take a look here.
423 new interactions.
Sorry,
what's going on
that's
over
just
there?
From the last. Yeah, I haven't refreshed that page in a long time. So.
What?
I don't turn off computers. So. What? That's the UltraChen Twitter from probably the last time we took questions.
Are you serious?
Yeah. What? From not turning off computers?
Yeah.
Is that the part that
you're like? That was like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. Oh my god, you're crazy. You're crazy.
That's just the way it works. I'm too used to it because of. At work, nobody turns off computers and stuff like that.
You have like special machines at work, though, presumably.
So I'm just used to doing it that way. That's just how I live my life.
You know the liabilities of computers better than anybody. It's your job.
Dude, whatever, dude. If people want to spy on me, dude, I trust me. They can spy on me all they want.
All right.
Dude, what are they going to do? They're going to see me playing training mode. Oh no!
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, so we did get a bunch of questions.
All right. Do you want me to get them on stream, or do you just?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I guess in the meantime, I'll ask them before while you're getting that whole thing going.
No problem.
Bob the Man 1Y says, James, when are you gonna do an episode of F-Zero GX? Jeez. That game is godlike, apparently.
Dude, that would be so sick. Before I do it, I'd have to play it again a little bit just to make sure I get my skills back and everything like that. But dude, that is seriously. My favorite racing game.
Yeah.
Like, without question, my favorite racing game of all time. Maybe, obviously some of the Mario Karts, especially Mario Kart DS, would have to be right in there.
That's probably mine.
Yeah. But F-Zero GX, like, Mario Kart is a really fun, competitive kind of racing game, right? But, man, F-Zero GX, like, when you play it, and, like, once you start getting in the high level, like, I actually sat in... training mode. You know how you have where you just race without any cars?
Yeah.
I would pick like some of the hardest laps, and seriously, I would just go like 25 laps, 30 laps, 40 laps. Yeah, because it's just so fun to play. Like you get such a zen, which is funny because the best background music in the game is named Zen. In fact, I even used that song for an Evo trailer a long time ago. But yeah, dude, that game is all about just getting into that Zen mode, dude. It's so good.
I've never been able to do that with racing games.
Yeah.
I think the only ones that I've ever done that on are a couple of the Mario Karts, probably specifically DS. Mm-hmm. And I did that a lot with Extreme G as well.
Which one's Extreme G?
It's like bikes. It's like basically techno soundtrack.
Okay.
I really like the soundtrack. That's basically why I did that.
The one thing that I have not done yet, and I even went to eBay to buy a Pro Action Replay for GameCube, but the entire Arcade F-Zero, so Arcade F-Zero AX, had different tracks than GX.
Oh, I didn't know.
Right? But they were made at the same time, made at the same engine, it's the same, all that stuff. But the entire AX game is actually on the GX disc.
Is that
so?
And
was never accessible.
Oh, wow.
Until just recently, like a year or 2 years ago, someone found it.
Is that so?
And with the Pro Action Replay, so now you can actually play it. So there's tracks on it that I've never played.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
So I actually really want to I just haven't had a chance.
Yeah, that's really interesting,
but
though.
It's really cool. Like, it's always amazing to me when people find these things, like, years later.
It is definitely cool.
Yeah. All right.
So Versace Selfie says, "Can I get a picture with James at Texas Showdown?"
Absolutely not. I
true.
do
He
not
charges
take
exorbitant amounts.
I mean, if I'm willing to let it happen,
right?
Because for the most part,
very exclusive.
This is a very valuable face here, man.
Yeah,
you
he doesn't do it for
You just
free.
can't get random pictures.
Exactly.
You have to make sure that I get the proper makeup and all that stuff.
That's right. He walks around with licenses in his pocket, handing them out to people.
I don't want any of those TMZ pics, where I look all nasty or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So it
has
has to
FGC.
be perfect every time. No, definitely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We've talked about this a million times. If you see us at a tournament, come talk to us. We love talking to people from all around. So,
That's true. That's true. Let's see. Tavi Turnip says, David, do you think you'll really enjoy playing new?
Well, you know what the funniest thing I found out is that they're all like different feeds will have different timings.
I know,
on
dude.
them,
The
so
Twitter,
Twitter's
so horrible.
Yeah.
It seriously is. Sometimes it just doesn't show them too. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Just not have tweets. I have friends who give me confused looks when I say I play new but sub Tager. Yeah, I do think that I'll enjoy playing new. So far, she seems really interesting. When I was a younger man, I had very particular tastes in characters, but fighting game characters, it's like going to a buffet. Some people really, really like the barbecue section. Some people like the salad section. Some people want a sample. You want to walk around the world. You want to get a little bit of sushi on your plate. You want to get a little bit of barbecue on your plate. A little bit of pizza. That's what I want to do nowadays.
Right.
And especially since I'm not playing tournaments seriously anymore, I'm just kind of playing to get, to have fun and to better understand the games. And I really enjoy playing two very different kinds of characters. They have very different game plans. I love the idea of spacing. I love the idea of mix-ups up close. So I pick characters that are for both.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons why, we are such fans of games like Injustice and BlazBlue right now. Because the character variety is really different, right? And I always say that I think that's kind of one of the weaknesses of Killer Instinct is that everyone has to play that combo breaker game, right?
That's
so
true.
If you don't like to play that combo breaker game, like the characters are different, but once you start getting
neutral
the
games
combos,
are very different.
Yeah. However, I did hear that Fulgore really plays very different.
Cool.
So the Fulgore trailer, actually, we probably should have talked about.
We probably should have talked about that. Yeah.
Dude, it looked really cool.
I agree. I thought it looked very interesting.
And again, super shout outs to whoever the sound designer is at at Double Helix, because when you watch those trailers, they just crunch. Like they have that oomph to them, sound audio wise. It just, I mean, seriously, whoever did that, NRS needs to hire that guy.
Oh yeah.
Now,
seriously,
please, just get him over there. And make sure...
So at least ask for some recommendations.
Yeah, whatever game you guys are working on next, NRS, because we know
clank,
you gotta
clank,
be...
clank,
yeah,
clank.
I know. It's like...
Clank, clank, clank. Ugh.
Yeah, please. Okay.
We also should have mentioned the new developer for...
That's right.
We totally spaced on that one.
Yeah, so that's big news as well. Huge news, actually.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So, obviously, Double Helix got bought out by Amazon. So Double Helix probably going to be making lots of Kindle games now, So they're not going to be doing Killer Instinct Season 2.
Right.
So a bunch of companies went after that opportunity, and the one that got it was Iron Galaxy Studios, makers of Dive Kick and all of the Xbox Live PSN ports of like Marvel superheroes and all this stuff. Of course, that means that's Dave Lang, Keats, and Jabali are on that group. So
they have a lot of, it's not just those guys, they have a lot of fighting game fans, a lot of fighting game players who do character design, they do testing for the game, they do all sorts of stuff. It's like such a good company to pick up for fighting game development.
And you can imagine, I already have the visions in my head of calls between Filthy Rich and everybody else on Double Helix calling, like having conversations, and
I'm sure they will, yeah.
You went from a fighting game group to a fighting game group, so you can talk to them about like, this was our intention, our systems, blah blah blah. Here's the documents, and that group will understand it.
Right.
So
that is a good point.
It was a great.
And apparently they have had some of those conversations already.
Okay,
that
cool.
was
cool.
In one of the press releases that was put out. And I know Keats personally, of course, and I know he loves that game.
Yeah, he really enjoys
he's
Killer
just
Instinct.
randomly talked to me sometimes about like how he really loves KI, and he's like at work playing Killer Instinct. This is even before any of the announcements or anything. This is when the game came out.
Now you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But yeah, he really likes it. So he's nothing bad is gonna happen in that game. It's a really good place to land.
That's probably the best place that it could have gone.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all right,
here,
move on. We'll follow yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dino Pie asks, balancing for Ultra is almost coming to an end. What characters do you think are far too weak or strong at this point?
Ooh. I mean, it is supposed to come out this month.
In Japan, that's
right.
In
Japan, in the arcade, it's supposed to come out. I don't know when this month.
Dude, that's right. We're in April now.
It's April
Holy
now.
crap, that's crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
It's coming out this month. Who knows is probably the quick answer.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, like, we've talked about this before. Every time we talk to Kamof, we're like, yo, we're worried this is too strong. He's like, I know. We're worried this is too weak. I know.
It's true. He says that every time. It's amazing.
And every time we tell him these things, he's like, yeah, I know. We're still tweaking.
Even like small things. Like, like I was playing T-Hawk, and in one build, T-Hawk, his little thrust peek, this horrible little move, was back plus jab. And I was like, Peter. And he was like, I know what you're going to say. He was like, which character you been playing? I was like, T-Hawk. And I was like, there's a problem. He was like, yeah, I already know. I didn't even tell him what the thing was. He already knew.
It's the combo fiend mind games, dude. Rush down, cut you off at the pass.
So there's that. But the other side of it is that, like, I don't know where they are in balancing. Like, who knows whether the public builds are the current builds, even.
Right, exactly.
Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I have no idea. So it's hard to know.
For people who don't know, like, you cannot make a new build, print it, and take it to an event. Like, there's a giant approval process before it gets out of there. So you can imagine that anything that we're getting in public is probably at least a couple of weeks old already.
That's probably true.
So who knows what's happened. So
yeah. Right.
Okay.
Well, we don't have too long to find out.
Yep. So why are you allergic to cats sometimes?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I wish I knew the answer to that, but I don't. It usually doesn't come up. I don't know. Sometimes it does.
Yeah. Okay. So, the question here is, wondering your opinions on the Hitbox controller.
Oh.
Do you really feel it can step up someone's game, or is that false info?
Oh, there you go. How about that? It was right here.
Yeah, I know. This
Without
is
even planning.
I've been using this a little bit myself,
right.
Trying to do some stuff. It's really interesting. So now that I've actually gotten a chance to play it, it's confusing.
It's confusing,
Learning
really?
to jump is so hard.
Oh, I totally disagree.
It's so hard for me to learn to jump.
Yeah?
Because I'm so used to WASD, I want to use my middle finger to jump, and so I end up hitting down forward or down back all the time to jump. Just naturally through my own instincts instead of using my thumb on my left hand to hit the jump.
Or even right hand in cases.
Yeah, and that's confusing too. Yeah. Because once I hit that button with my right hand thumb, I leave it there. So when I try to launch people in Marvel, I hit up, and so I don't launch. So there's like this weird thing that I got to get used to. However, there are a lot of advantages. So for example, one of the main reasons why I've picked it up is because I use Strider on my team. And one of the most powerful techniques Strider had is the instant overhead, because his double jump is super low.
Right.
So if you can jump and instantly double jump, you get the lowest jump possible, and you get this great instant overhead for him, right?
Right.
Dude, way harder, because basically... That's it. That was me double jumping.
Right.
Yeah, because this is the jump button, right there. So I just
go. The big fat one.
That's it. That's me double jumping. A lot easier than to go on the joystick.
Totally agree, man.
Right? But now here's the interesting thing: is I actually found out that I am slower, and this may be just something I have to get used to. But I'm slower at half circle motions on the buttons than I am on the actual joystick, because Felicia has a Kara throw, which is back H into her command grab.
Okay.
Now, back H hits really fast. You have to cancel before it hits. I can do it easier on the joystick right now than I can on the Hitbox. But I just think that's familiarity. I'm sure if I just play it enough, it'll get a little bit better and stuff like that. But
you'll figure it out. It's definitely really helpful.
For the most part, I mean, especially for NRS games and for Tekken, like, Tekken players should only be using this. Like, there's just no... Because everything is tap.
I do.
I hear Tekken already. Like, there's no reason NRS games. Same
I think
thing.
so too.
No reason to be not using a hitbox on there. Street Fighter maybe still a little, but even then, I just you know what the coolest thing was that PR Rog. I started talking about hitbox, and he's like, I want to learn it too. So he just programmed his computer to it, So he basically made jump the space bar.
Right.
So he can kind of simulate it a little bit and get used to it.
Yeah,
so if you want to try it out and see how it helps, you can do it that way on the PC version.
Okay.
Okay.
Move on here.
Okay. Let's see here.
Why people prefer Super Turbo over HD Remix? Oh, that's a long story.
Don't make me answer that question.
It's a long story.
Don't make me answer that question.
We've gotten to that before. There's definitely an archive of UltraChenTV on our YouTube channel where we go over that a couple times.
So one of my coworkers, different coworker that I talked about right before for the one show, one time, long time ago, came up to me and was like, "So, David Serlin, HDR, what do you think?" Right? Dude, like, I don't think he left my queue for like the next 2 hours. He just couldn't. I went on, so pretty much.
Oftentimes when we're driving back from Wednesday night fights and stuff, we get into this conversation. That's all the time, seriously.
Yeah, you're right.
Like every couple of weeks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. So other than ML Swear, who is a good Hakan player?
That's a good question. There are not that many that show up on streams and YouTubes. I think Kimo is a good player in Northern California. There was a guy who was on Hypespotting, who was against a really bad matchup, admittedly, in Seth, and he got lit, which was too bad. I like watching Nuensan, Hakan, a Japanese player. It's Nouensan. He has some good stuff. Yeah, I mean, there really aren't that many. There are a couple of others in Japan, but I feel like that's, in my opinion, the best.
Okay, cool. And, I'm going to try to pick him up in Ultra. We'll see how he feels to me, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Not one of us wants to mention that there is an upcoming AE online tournament for Panda X Gaming.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. PandaXGaming.com. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely check that out, so. Okay.
See what the old next one is. Oh man, okay. That's an interesting question. Favorite food?
I'm surprised no one's asked us this before, actually.
Really?
Because that's just one of those questions that people always like to ask about.
I don't know. What's your favorite food? I have no idea.
You actually don't have any idea.
It's among a dozen things, probably.
Let's see. My favorite food is spaghetti.
Huh. Well, it used to be corned beef Reuben.
Corned beef Reuben, huh?
Corned beef Reubens were my favorite food for a long time. Then I got food poisoning from beef and blah, blah, blah. I don't really like it anymore. And I used to love Korean barbecue, and I don't really like it anymore as a result.
You got sick of that, too. You got sick off of that. Yeah.
It's probably like matzo ball soup or like... Yeah, let's go with that. Stick with matzo ball soup. All right, let's go on.
Yeah, weirdly, strangely, mine is... Well, because that's the thing is, like, I like all sorts of Chinese food, but for some reason I can always go to spaghetti. Like, it's just... Like, plain marinara pasta. That's it. Like, love it.
All right, so matzo ball soup and sushi. Ding.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. What non-fighting games have you guys been playing lately?
Civ 5. I played it literally on the bus ride back to my apartment.
Oh, nice.
And I do that regularly.
Right.
Every little bit that I can fit in on Civ 5, I do it.
Okay. I just started Bravely Default recently. I really haven't gotten too far into it. In fact, I've barely gotten anywhere in it. I literally just started it. I finished the Double Helix Strider game recently.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was another game that I was picking up recently that I can't remember what it is now.
I played Octodad.
Oh, I played a little Demon Souls, that's right.
Okay.
One of my friends tried to get me to play Demon Souls because he loves the game, and he was like, you have to play it, you have to play it. So
I played Papers, Please recently.
How was Octodad?
It was good. Oh, both of those are good.
Okay.
In very different ways, but I like them both.
Gotcha. Okay. So apparently there's a new PlayStation All-Stars patch that's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Interesting.
Any thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know anything about it. It's just that there is one, so...
Right.
Definitely.
I didn't even know.
That's really cool that there is one. I'm glad
for
to
sure
hear
that's cool.
And I
haven't played that game since probably February of last year, so, my knowledge on it is very sparse at this point. I really don't remember that much. I can't really talk about what I want to see or...
Right.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'll try it out again. It was a good game.
So once quote unquote they take away Hugo Stan HP and USF4, do you feel he'll be as limited He'll be limited as a character, especially if Backbreaker isn't buffed. So obviously the stand HP has the armor, makes it perfect anti-air in a lot of ways. Really hard to beat it, so...
Yeah, if he didn't have that, he would be really out of luck, because even with it, he's going to get lit up by some characters. But at least with the stand HP, he will beat probably characters who want to get in, I would think, because he's just going to stop you from doing that. If they get rid of the armor on stand HP, he'll have to be redesigned, I would say.
Really?
If he's going to be competitive.
Okay. Okay. So someone asked, what will it take to reveal James's age to the public? I mean,
is that a secret?
I didn't even know it was necessarily a secret. I just never answered the question.
Oh, okay.
But I basically revealed it at Wednesday Night Fights this last week when I was talking to Chris Tatarian, NGL Chris, on stream. I basically said I was twice his age. Really? Like, I'm literally twice his age.
So.
Like, this is not even an exaggeration. I am twice his age. Yeah. So you want to know how old I am, go ask Chris how old he is.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So if we had to choose 3 favorite characters from any fighting game, who would it be?
Q is number 1. You don't understand that, huh?
Oh man, you don't understand. Like, Q is just one of those characters that I've always hated. Like, not because I hate the way he plays or anything like that. It's just that I've always hated all the characters in Third Strike because I'm a fan of the characters that have real fighting styles. Yeah,
I know.
That's
right.
So I like Dudley.
That's right.
I like Makoto.
Right.
But I hate Oro, I hate Remy, I hate Q, I hate Necro, I hate 12, I hate Gil, I hate Urien. Like, I hate all those characters because they're just
they're just made up stuff.
Yeah, they're just let's just throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, So I've never been a fan of those characters. But yeah, so.
Anyways,
yeah. Who else besides Q?
It's probably Q, Dan, Zangief.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. I mean, obviously for me, Cammy's one of them, right?
Yeah.
So Cammy, Felicia, I don't know, probably Zangief would have to be the last one, just because I have so much association with that character. So
yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Move on here. We have 3 top Sagats from around the world. There are Sanford, Ryan, and Bonchan. Could you describe their styles of play?
Ooh, not in the time that we have.
Yeah, probably that's a good point. Yeah, they do play a little bit differently in my opinion, but I don't know. It's a lot of stuff probably.
Oops, this page doesn't exist.
Bonchan is willing to do EXDP to Ultra 1. Nobody else is.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So what is your all-time favorite James Bond? Is he asking me that or asking you that?
Go for it if you have one, because I don't remember.
I always give the 2 examples. Do I have 2 examples? Or I have a couple examples. I mean, one that was actually pseudo-fighting game related was during the I Want to Be the Guy Gaiden thing that Flo was doing.
I'm bracing myself.
Yeah, which was the one where he was going through all those Mega Man blocks for the longest of time, finally made it to the cliff edge, and the little house came up and killed him. The one that's way in the background. And my response to that was, well, we are in Vegas. You should always bet on the house. So yeah, I like that one, right? One that I always tell from outside of fighting game community, long time ago, one of my friends, same one that I locked into my cube for 2 hours talking about Serlin. He really wanted to take me to a dim sum place that he really liked. And we drove out, and he's like, yeah, I can't wait to get this dim sum. It's the best. We get there, and it's gone. It closed. It was
that sucks.
Completely gone. And I was like, well, you dim some and you lose some. So yeah, that was a pretty bad one. Okay.
Nice.
Could you ever get the SF2 OG players like Tomo, Jeff, Watson on your show and educate the new gens about Golden Area? I mean, we had Gerald on to do a lot of that conversation, and talking to him about that. He wanted to try to bring Jeff and Tomo onto the show.
He did say that.
So it's definitely still in the cards for something possible to happen. So,
okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome to do.
That would definitely be awesome.
So David likes New and Tager. James, who are you liking? Any chance we'll get streams of you guys learning BBCP? Sure. I mean, I'm... Right now, a lot of people told me Amane was a chip damage character, so I thought that was really interesting, but it turns out the character, I guess, sucks. So I'm not sure if I want to put myself through that. One of when Calamity Trigger came out, first character I tried to learn was Lychee, because I liked the concept of her jumping on the staff and the staff stuff. But it was more complicated to use her in Calamity Trigger than I was hoping, so I went to Taukaka, who is just basically an execution character, learn your combos. But dude, this character keeps changing in every version. Like her combos keep changing really drastically. So I might try picking her up again. Okay. But Barker Dave yesterday was like, "Man, you keep trying to pick all like the complex characters," and I was like, "Great, okay." So we'll see what happens. Okay. So let's see. Fighting games need dedicated servers for 1-frame latencies and to prevent rage quitting. It's not a question.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. So AJ asks, with ESL opening a studio in LA, do you think there's a good opportunity for local SoCal FGC to collab?
Okay, in lieu of asking that question that I was going to ask, I'm going to Google.
What are you Googling?
The Electronic Sports League. Yes. Yeah, okay, I know ESL. That'd be cool, I guess. I don't have anything against that.
No more questions, guys, by the way, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're cutting it off.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know much about ESL and stuff like that.
But yeah, I wouldn't be against it.
Okay. So I posted on SOK as an 09er about Zangief BNBs, and David blew me up for being lazy. It sucked. But now no one does those combos.
Which combos? That's interesting.
Yeah, no, that is interesting.
I don't remember which combos those were at this point. He doesn't have terribly difficult combos. One of the few things that, in terms of combos, that I don't see anybody do anymore is stand strong, option select, green hand. So, okay. Crouching jab, stand strong. Usually the stand strong is a far strong at that point. Sometimes it's a close strong as well, and that'll link from the crouching jabs. But it doesn't link out if you get close strong. You can't do close strong to stand short EX hand. So what I would do is crouching jab, crouching jab, stand strong EX hand, stand short EX hand.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't see anybody do that anymore. But I don't know. For the most part, his combos seem like people are doing it.
Okay. So, why aren't there more Super Street Fighter Pros streaming? They're actually trying to get a lot more. I mean, a few more are getting in there now. So, PR Balrog has one of the best Street Fighter streams on there. I know that Aquasilk has a very popular stream right now. There's not a lot of people, but there are a lot of players getting streaming equipment, and they're trying to stream a lot more. I'm sure, once fighting games start moving over to the next-gen consoles with the natural streaming, it'll probably be a lot easier and stuff like that. Because it's actually really hard to... really hard to get it set up, because you need a lot of stuff, and the guys who are streaming, all you ever do is see them tweet like, "Why isn't the sound working? What's going on? How come this frame it's so choppy?" Dude, it took us forever before we got decent quality. So how long did it take me to get my Hitbox? Are they still backlogged? Fact, this is not my Hitbox.
Right.
This is Justin Wong's Hitbox. He lent it to me when he used to live here long time ago, and he's never asked for it back yet, so just kind of took advantage of that.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even think he remembers that I still have it.
Yeah.
But oh well. So
nice.
Yeah, but it is Justin's, and it is dual modded. It works on both. So.
I think that was you just closed one that we hadn't asked yet.
Okay. Do I have? Okay, fine. I can do it.
Is there no option for undo close tab on
Safari? I'm not sure. I can do it on Firefox and Chrome. I don't use Safari a lot, so I only use it for UltraChen broadcast. Okay. So hardest fighting game character to pick up, like hardest to learn, and you had to spend a lot of time in the lab.
Huh? Is that like a personal question? The hardest for us?
Probably.
I don't know that I could say with an absolute which one's the hardest. So
I mean, one of the hardest characters I can think of is Eddie from Guilty Gear, because you can activate Eddie as Zato with button presses or releases. So you have to learn combos and sequences that you're doing it perfectly with hitting buttons down and letting go and stuff like that. So that's
as good as as good a choice as any, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, the characters that I play tend not to be super execution intensive, and that's on purpose.
Okay. So you've been keeping up with the NCAA
Nope.
tournament. Did you fill out a bracket?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm actually really close to winning the $1 million. Like my bracket.
Is that not over yet? I thought it was.
I don't even know, dude.
I honestly don't know if the tournament's still going on or not.
Yeah, no. I didn't watch it at all, despite the fact that UCLA was in it and was doing very well.
Oh, okay.
They were ranked number 4, but they lost to the number 1 team on their quarter. So yeah. But
whatever. Let's move on.
Okay. Yeah, you're not a basketball person. Actually, I have trouble watching NCAA because it's not professional basketball. So it's like watching, like a bunch of like people button mashing in fighting games. I don't know. It's just like it's not quite the same. You got this ridiculously long shot clock, which just makes really it's frustrating. Anyway,
this is a good question.
Exactly what martial art does Cannon Strike belong to?
Yeah, your favorite character, Cammy. What is she? What's her martial art?
That's like Delta Red martial art or something.
You can make it up now.
English spy.
Maybe Q. I mean, you could come up with something that Q does. Why not?
What do you mean?
His martial art.
What is Q's martial art?
It's mystery.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Delta Red Army training, or Doll training, either one. So.
Good point. All right.
Okay, if Z could speak another language, which language would it be? He can speak another. He speaks like 4 languages. Yeah. He speaks Chinese, Japanese, a little bit of Korean, I think.
I think so too.
He knows English. Yeah, dude. He speaks like all sorts of languages.
Seems to do a good job with languages.
I guess he's just asking for a 5th language, maybe, or a 6th language if Z could speak. I mean, might as well cover like French or something like that.
French or Spanish probably good ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if there's a couple more. Do you want to just do the last ones?
Why not?
Okay. 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 So.
Well, people do that.
Yeah. Okay. So now the questions are definitely getting into fun land here. So, someone called old era SF2 the golden era.
No.
Do you agree? No. If there's any era that's the golden era, it's right now.
That's probably true.
Yeah. So, okay. So, what's in the Wendy's Baconator? Should probably
a whole bunch of trafe, man.
You gotta ask Viscount about that one, dude. He'd be the one to know. He'd be the one to know because he's in love with the actress. So. He would. Yeah, so,
okay, so here's the combo, I guess. Yeah, crouching light kick, crouching light kick, crouching light kick, green hand. People do that sometimes. It's not
It was really
terribly common, but...
It was good in vanilla because if someone tried to jump, then you would catch them.
That's why I did
crouching. It, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? I mean, I feel like I see that still. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember.
I mean, obviously they don't do it anymore now.
Do they not?
It's a 1-frame link now, so it's just like way harder than it used to be. I think
was it not?
Vanilla was a 2-frame link.
Was
they changed it to a 1-frame link in a super. I mean, you could plink it, but
right.
There's just a lot of different ways to stop people from jumping. You always see Snake Eyes use the standing strong to hit people. Okay, so the last question here is, when do the unwashed masses get the opportunity for Decapre merchandise? Dude, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea what their schedule is on anything,
And frankly, I mean, the reception that she's gotten, I'd be surprised if they made any Decapre merchandise right now.
Well, maybe that's a good point.
She's had some pretty negative reception from a lot of different sources, even like the whole Skullgirls Fukua thing is a pretty...
It's a dig at them, yeah.
I mean, the whole trailer was a parody of the original trailer and stuff like that. So, it was fantastic, actually.
We don't really know that much. We didn't know that Decapre was the character until, they had us play with her for a couple hours, like right before Street Fighter 4 Top 8. Yeah, exactly.
So, yep.
We don't really get advanced info, so I don't know. But I mean, if you're into it, hopefully at some point they'll get that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, is that about it?
Yeah, and we've ran way over. We're cutting into Show That Sucks time, so definitely check that out. That should still be going. Twitch.tv/iPlayWinner. Again, Texas Showdown this weekend. We will be there. Please tune into that. That will be Panda X Gaming and Level Up streams. Level Up will be the main stream.
Level Up Live, Panda X Gaming. Yep. Yeah, that's right.
So definitely check those out.
We will have the whole BlazBlue episodes up tomorrow. I set them to upload right before I left work, and there's 4 hours to upload, and I have not a great connection. So that'll be up at some point tomorrow on youtube.com/UltraChenTV.
Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.